Shalom, shalom. I'm going to start off this video giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the elder apostles and the elder bishops at a great millstone that rule well, teach well while learning truth 100% according to the Bible. I also want to say shalom to the elect, the 144,000 men, prophet, servants scattered abroad the four corners of the earth. And shalom to you, Akwaf, which are you few sisters out there that are sincere in your children. Shalom. And in today's video, as you can see, is going to be building off of this video I got here. And you got this guy, Druski, right, which I guess is a comedian or whatever the case may be. And you basically got him mocking the Israelites, right? But we ultimately know that we're definitely in that time of season, as the scriptures have said. And I'm actually pull it out real quick. This is Jude chapter 1. And I'm going to start at verse 18. It says, how that they told you there should be mockers, right, in the last time who should walk after their own ungodly lust. So you do have a lot of people out here that are coming up against this truth. And that just goes to show you how powerful this truth truly is. You see that you got everybody. You see these Edomites, even 2/3 our own people, and everybody that just in an uproar about this truth going out, man. You see everybody doing videos, mocking the men of the Lord, you know, laughing, doing all this different type of stuff. But hey, we're in that time of season where, as I just read, you know, the Lord said that there would be scoffers, people, you know, making fun of the truth and things like that. And the majority of the people that we see doing these things are Jake. You see, 2/3 of the nation of Israel, man, they're the main ones that's ultimately coming up against this word, you see. And, you know, Esau, Edom could be setting these people up to do these things. I wouldn't even, you know, put it past Esau to do something like that. But, you know, we just in that time where you're going to have a lot of scoffers and people coming out, you know, making fun of this word. But, hey, what does it say in Matthew chapter 12? I'm going to grab that real quick. And I'm going to start at verse 36. It says, but I say unto you that every idle word that men shall speak, they should give an account thereof in the day of judgment. So guess what? The angels of the Lord are writing down everything that people is doing. You see, and that they're saying. So every word that ultimately Jake or any of you scoffers out there speaking, guess what? You're going to give an account for that, man. You see, in the judgment that Yahweh Shai is about to bring, you see, that's ultimately what's getting ready to come down the pipeline, you see. But I'm ultimately getting into this video so we can, you know, just get into it and listen to a little bit of it. But yeah, you got this guy scoffing. And, you know, that's really because this truth is hurting these people. That's why you have a lot of them coming out being offended, you see. And that's really what you see these people showing, that they're offended at this word. This gospel is cutting them, right? As it tells us right here. Let me grab that precept first. This is Hebrews chapter 4. And I'm going to start at verse 12. I'm going to get straight to the point. It says, for the word of Yahweh is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, right? Piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit and of the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and the intents of the heart, right? Meaning the mind. So like I said, this gospel that the men of the Lord are teaching is ultimately cutting these people, man, and they're offended. That's why they have no choice other than to, you know, make videos, scoffing, laughing, mocking, you know, and doing all of that different type of stuff, man. You see, but it's hilarious, really. But hey, you know, the Lord going to make these people pay, man. You see. So I'm going to get straight into the video and we're going to listen to it. But before I start it, I'm going to say fair use. I'm not getting paid for this video. This is for educational purposes only. You know, fair use. Salakia.
Celebrate Christmas, don't you, brother? And it's a white holiday. White holiday? Black power! Black is power! That's right! That's right! That's right!
Right? And you hear what it is he's saying. And we ultimately know that we're not black. Because when you go into the meaning of that word black, it means being void of light or being dead, you know, spiritually. So we understand ultimately that we're not black. And that's these things that ultimately they push out there. That's how you know Esau be behind all of this stuff, really. You see, when these people go on these smear campaigns and go scoffing and making all type of videos, you know, trying to, you know, come against the men of the Lord, that really be Esau who be funding, you see, and orchestrating all of this stuff, man. You see, ultimately paying a lot of these jakes, you see, to do the stuff that they do. You see, but hey, I'm going to grab this precept right here. This is 2nd Esdras, chapter 15. And I'm going to start at verse 3. It says, fear not the imaginations against thee, and let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. That word incredulity goes into unbelief. And we understand and know that this word is only for the elect of the nation of Israel. So, of course, you're going to have these heathens right along with 2/3 of Jake, you know, coming up against this word, you see, and mocking it and scoffing it and, you know, ultimately laughing at it because, hey, the Lord is not dealing with them, man. You see. But it says, verse 4, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. So all the unbelievers of our people you see that come up against this truth, that make parody videos, running your mouth and talking shit, and thinking that everything you saying is funny and it's all a joke. You doing it for likes and views. Hey, the Lord gonna punish you people, man. You see, but ultimately, this is what Jake does, you see, and Jake has always done this, right? As it tells you right here, let me grab this. This is 2 Chronicles chapter 36, verse 15. It says, and the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, power of their fathers sent to them by his messengers, right, which are the prophets, rising up betimes, meaning early, and send it because he had compassion on his people and on his dwelling place. So the men of the Lord being out there on the highways and the byways, ultimately making our body a living sacrifice, teaching his truth. This is the Lord showing his mercy to his people, right? He's stretching forth his hand, right? But what does Jake do, right? I'm going to go to verse 16. It tells you. It says, but they mocked the messengers of Yahweh and despised his words, you see, because ultimately that's who Jake truly despises, man. You see, because we're only giving them the words of the Lord. You see, when we tell you to repent, turn away from your wickedness, you see, stop eating shrimp, crab, pork, lobster, all of these different things that Jake loves to indulge in. That's wicked. We tell them to not do those things. And guess what? That's ultimately why they despise us, you see, which they're ultimately despising the Lord, because these are his words that we're ultimately giving you. You see, but what does it say in let me grab that and then I'll come back to that precept. This is John chapter 7. And I'm going to start at verse 7. It says, the world cannot hate you, but me it hateth, because I testify of it that the works thereof are evils. You see, so ultimately, these people don't despise us. They despise the Lord, man. You see, and that's because these people are wicked. You see, that's why ultimately Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is about to bring judgment to all scoffers, man, all 2/3 and all heathens, man. You see, and it's coming soon. So, hey, you people can continue to laugh and, make your videos, running your mouth and all of that. Hey, the Lord going to punish you niggas, man. You see, and you people's time is coming soon. You see, so keep on laughing and scoffing. You see, time is running out for you people, man. You see, this is back in 2 Chronicles chapter 36. I'm going to read verse 16 again from the top. But they mocked the messengers of Yahweh and despised his words and misused his prophets until the wrath of the Lord arose against his people. Till there was no remedy. And this is ultimately what's going to happen again in these times upon the 2/3 of our people that ultimately despised this word of the Lord. You see, the Lord is going to, judge them, because guess what? Jake going to continue to be in that same spirit that they was in back then, man. They're going to continue to mock the men of the Lord. They're going to continue to think the things we're warning them about is a damn game. And that is all just fun, you see. But ultimately, it ain't going to be that real soon, man. You see, because as it says right here, let me grab this precept. This is 2 Esdras chapter 9, and I'm going to start at verse 9. It says, then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments, you see. And ultimately, that's going into the 2/3 of our people that ultimately despise the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, those that scoff, those that cast this word off like it doesn't matter. You come up against the men of the Lord. Hey, in these times that are coming, the Lord said you people going to dwell in torments, man. The Lord is going to punish you people, man. You see, verse 10. For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me, you see, because Jake ultimately don't want to get to know Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Jake is okay with being a wicked 2/3 ninja, man. You see, that's what Jake wants to do. They don't want to follow after the ways of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. You see, what does it say in Isaiah chapter 1? Right? I got to grab that through the Spirit. And I'm going to start at verse 3, right? And it says, the ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib, right? Two simple animals. But Israel, which is a people before is a place, talking about you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, doth not know, my people doth not consider. You see, our people don't consider Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. You see? It says, verse 4, a sinful nation of people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters. They have forsaken the Lord. They have provoked the Holy One of Yasha'Allah unto anger. They are gone away backward. Right? Verse 5, why should you be stricken anymore? You will revolt more and more. The whole head is sick and the whole heart faint. And that's talking about the 2/3 of our people, man. You see, the whole head is sick, man. That's why Jake thinks it's okay to mock the men of the Lord. Why they think it's okay to come up against the men of the Lord, you see, and think there's ultimately not going to be any consequences, because our people are just sick, man. You see, the 2/3 of them. That's why the Lord is going to judge ultimately them in these coming evils that he's about to bring upon the earth, man. Right? Verse 6, it says, from the sole of the foot even unto the head, there is no soundness in it, but wounds and bruises and putrefying sores. They have not been closed, neither bound up, neither mollified with ointment. So like I just read, man, you see, our people are absolutely through. You see, the 2/3 of them, And I'm going to get back to that second Esdras chapter 9. And I'm going to start at verse 11. It says, and they that have loathed my law, meaning to hate, right? Because the 2/3 of our people, they hate this truth, man. Because why else would you ultimately go all out your way to make a comedy parody video mocking the men of the Lord? Unless you truly despise this, you see? And that's what Jake does. They hate the Lord, man. Really? That's what it goes back to, man. Because these are those same... You see, Jakes that were back in the ancient world that killed the prophets, that came up against the men of the Lord, ultimately the ones that came up against our Lord Yahweh Shah. These are those same spirits that are back now, and they're doing the same thing to the men of the Lord that they did in the ancient world. Scoffed, ridiculed, persecuted, you see, made mockery, you see. But the Lord the Lord got judgment coming, man, you see. It says, and they that have loathed my law while they had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was opened unto them, understood not, but despised it. You see, Jake despised the words of the Lord. Jake think everything is a joke. Verse 12, the same as Noah at the death by pain. And that's what the Lord is going to bring upon you 2/3 scoffers, man. Right along with you heathens that scoff this truth as well, that think you come up against the men of the Lord and think you're going to prevail. Hey, the Lord going to destroy all you people, man. You see, and it's coming soon. Right. But mainly for you 2/3, man, because the heathens don't matter anyway. But 2/3 Jakes are the main ones that you see coming up against this word, man. You go on TikTok or any other various different social media platform. The main people that you have coming up against this truth that are offended at it and that despise it are Jake. You see, 2/3 so-called Negro, Latino, Native American men and women. They're the main ones that hate this truth, man. That's why this prophecy is going to come to pass. This is Zechariah 13:8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land which is over here in America, saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, 2 parts therein should be cut off and die. You see, so that's talking about 2/3 scoffers, 2/3 unbelievers. You see, all of you Jakes out there, man, that are wicked. You see, but the third shall be left therein. So, yeah, that's what's going to happen real soon, man. You see, we're going to see if everything that, you dudes are doing is going to be fun in that day when the Lord brings this judgment. You see, it ain't going to be no scoffing in that day, So I'm going to get back into the video and we're going to watch just a little bit more of it, But this just goes to show you, that, man, these people are through, right?
Celebrate Christmas, don't you, brother? And it's a white holiday. White holiday? Black is power. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. Black is power. Oh, hey. Brother, can I speak to you, please, brother? Lost another. Do you feel as if this is right? Boys, you need to come join us, bro. That's right. You need to come join us. That's right.
All right. And like I said, we got a gist of what the guy's talking about in the video, man, And like I said, I wouldn't even be surprised if Esau paid this guy to, do the things that he's doing, because we know that this guy's already a sellout. Esau already got this guy. So, yeah, that's pretty much everything I had to say with today's video. Lord's willing, I pray it be edifying, just something quick through the spirit. But, yeah, judgment is coming for all you scoffers, man. You see? Till the next time, I'm going to say shalom to the elect. Shalom.